Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. And I have deliberately kept my screen dark to symbolize darkness, and let's hope that someone out there, a leader out there, could lead us into light, show us the right path, take us in the right direction. Said that, today's topic of discussion is about American gods. So let there be light. Okay, American gods. So what do you think? I'm going to discuss about the gods, like the Hindu gods or the Christian, Jesus, Lord, or Islam, Allah, the Buddhist, Jainism. No, I'm not going to talk about these gods. These gods, we don't see them actually on day-to-day life. I'm talking about the real gods. I'm talking about the gods that we see on media, the gods that we see on the political stage, who are untouchables actually. No matter what they do, they cannot be touched. They are not the law, but they are far above the law. It is so difficult for us to make them abide by the law, or get them some kind of let's not say punishment, or put them in the shackles of law no matter what they do. Yes, I am talking about the political gods in America. People are so devoted to them. So many leaders on the presidential front, and so many leaders when they represent you in a constitution. These leaders have become so high in nature. They are literally gods. They act as gods. People look towards them as gods. It is like people will do anything for them. And talking about them, let me give a few examples of gods in America. I'm just going to discuss about a few. Not many, very few. Of course, you might disagree with me with the persons that I name, who are present as living gods, who I mention as living gods. Now let's talk about Trump. Trump is a living god. Then you have Clinton, Hillary Clinton. She's a living god. Then you have Biden. He's also a living god. People devote themselves. People fight for them. People are so offended when they are criticized. It doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. What matters is how you favor your leader, how devoted you are towards your leader. You just ignore someone who criticizes your God. The religious God who I'm talking about could be Jesus, it could be Allah, or could be Shiva, or anyone. You might ignore them, but if your leader gets criticized, political leader, you spring back, you frown at the person, you argue with the person who criticizes your leader. That's how powerful these leaders have become. They are the living gods among us. Yes, they're not just leaders, they are like gods. They are indestructible. they are untouchable by law, no matter what they do. For example, let's take Trump. Many say that he has a hand on the Jan 6 issue. Probably he wouldn't have made the plans to attack the Congress, but yes, he was quite aware. He should have been quite aware about a protest that was taking place on that day. It's just that the protest went out of plans. It went berserk. And probably Trump also wouldn't have known that that protest would turn so violent, leading to deaths. Obviously, he would have been informed before the protest that such a protest is going to take place. But the thing is that the outcome, he wouldn't have known about the outcome. Yet, yes, the Democrat Party is actually involving him. Okay, fine. They have their own the rights, and they have their own consciousness and sense to involve him. Okay, but is he touchable? Is he under the law? Can he be shackled by law? That's the question. The answer is no. Again, it's not only about January 6th. What about the taxes? Trump's taxes. Why can't a politician or a person who had come from a business background to become a politician be clean on his taxes? Why is it taking this long to disclose his taxes? Why can't he just do it openly on the very first go? So he's a business person. If he's able to twist and turn the tax laws, it's not only that he's doing it, but there are other business people also who do it. The millionaires and the billionaires, they also do it. There should be some kind of loopholes in tax laws which these business people know to use it well. And they use it actually. And why is not there a hard confront, a tough confront on Trump's tax revelation? Because the people who confront him on taxes know that they cannot go deep into what Trump is doing regarding his taxes, because it's not only his background that will be revealed or his secrets that will be revealed, but many other secrets will be revealed. At the end of the day, Trump is one among those billionaires who don't want to reveal what is really happening about their taxes, who have used the loopholes in tax laws to benefit them and their organizations. So that's why I say Trump is a god. Trump is untouchable. Trump cannot be shackled under laws. I'm not here to discuss whether Trump is good as a president or not. I'm just here to discuss about how politicians are today's gods. In those days, we have had lots of cultures that have had gods like Zeus, Thor. They all wield a weapon in their hand, or a wand or magic instrument in their hand. But today's gods in America, they don't have that magic wand or magic weapon in their hand. All they have is their speech. All that they have is the speech to affect the conscience of people, how they get to follow, how they make people to follow them. That's their strength, and that's their godly power. Now, it's not only Trump. Let's take Hillary Clinton. When it comes to Hillary Clinton, obviously the opponents, the opposition would have a lot of topics to discuss, but there are two items that I would like to you know you know bring to light, or let's say it's already in the light, but it's just that nothing has been done about it. Like, the issue that she had destroyed evidences with regard to Benghazi, then with regard to the earthquake relief fund for Haiti, how much money did come in and how much money was really used for that earthquake relief in Haiti. The numbers are very poor. Much of that money was used in hotels, discussing about what to do, or what action should be taken, and all those gatherings and dinners. Very little money was used, percentage. When you talk about percentage, very little money was used for the earthquake relief in Haiti. Then talking about the evidences she destroyed. Why would someone destroy evidences? Why would someone go berserk and destroy a server? Why would someone go nuts? How many of you destroy your computer daily? Just because someone is coming to search your home or something like that, would you destroy a computer? You destroy something when you have something to hide. It is pretty evident. You destroy something when you don't want to reveal. So when you destroy something, it just simply means that you don't want to reveal the secrets. That was part and parcel of that particular device. That device had information that could reveal the negative side of you, or what you don't want to reveal to the public or to the law. Yet nothing was done. She couldn't be destructible. She couldn't be shackled under the laws. She is untouchable. Not in the sense of Indian context. In Indian context, untouchable means different. But in the American context, untouchable, they are seriously untouchable. She is seriously untouchable. Nobody can do anything about her. She's strong. She is powerful. And she has such supporters. We are supporters, devoted followers and supporters who will never give her up. Never, never, never give her up. They can go to any extent to support her, to save her. And once upon a time, the Clintons were broke, actually. From there on, they rose again. That's about gods. They don't just end or sink like that. They rise again and again. They are indestructible in the American context. She's one of the American gods. There are devotees who pay attention to her rather than going to a church, actually. They would give much regard to her more than even Lord Jesus. So that's why I say she's one of the American gods. She is indestructible. Then talking about Biden, our current president, the opposition is trying to pull him down. He's already, in a bad state of mind. That's because of his age. But the opposition wants to, in fact, sack him. And they have one reason, and that is his son. They want to pull him down. They want to get him out of presidency. And the one weapon the opponent has is bringing Hunter Biden's case into the limelight. And they have started with Twitter. Like, how the executives in Twitter prevented certain topics from getting to people about Hunter Biden's corruption charges. How that was, or that is, or that was actually, how that impacted the elections. But in my own personal point of view, Biden would have won, because I believe in fate, or how things happen. Biden is the president of America because he was determined, or he was predicted, or he was chosen by this universe to be the president of America. And even if all those things about Hunter Biden would have come out, during the election time, he would have won at the end of the day. The universe decided that Biden should be the president of America. And so he is the president of America. And who knew that Kamala Harris would be the vice president of America? In the prelims, the primaries, she was up against Joe Biden. Even Joe Biden was up against Obama when Obama was running for president. But yet, somehow they find, a person in their opponent team itself to be their vice president. It's their choice. It's they who decide who they want to be their vice president. And I'm not here to talk about the decision to make who will be someone's vice president. I'm here to talk about American gods. And Biden is one of the American gods. One of the untouchables in America. One of the untouchables in America when it comes to laws. No law can pin these individuals down, even if they have been found to commit a mistake. Recently, there have been, a revelation about confidential items actually. What charges are there? The charges are there against, against Trump, charges are there against Pence, charges are there against Biden, but what's going to happen at the end of the day? It is just going to be a simple topic in news media. They discuss about it. But what happens to these individuals if the same happens to an individual working for the army or navy, and if he was involved in misplacing confidential items, what do you think the consequences are there? What do you think the consequences faced by that individual. Recently, there was a sailor who who was brought into law to, for the sake, like, for he was brought under law to misplace confidential items or reveal confidential items, and you all know very well what happened to him. But when it comes to these gods, the American gods, do you think the same will happen? No, they are untouchables. Nothing is going to happen to Trump. Nothing is going to happen to Hillary Clinton. Nothing is going to happen to Biden. They cannot be pinned down by the laws in America. They cannot be pinned down. They would just have to confront the opposition. That's all they have to do. And confronting the opposition is not something that is new in politics, or something that is actually awkward in politics. It happens every day, day in and day out. If there is a president, he's going to be confronted by the opposition. If there is a congressman or a woman, he or she would be confronted by the opposition. If there is a county executive, he or she will be confronted by the opposition day in and day out. It's all about perceptions. The opposition perceives that whatever the ruling leader or party makes doesn't go in the right direction, even if it is right. Now, coming back to Hillary Clinton, before the 2020 election results, there was one video that appeared in news that she'd be chatting with a lady, where she, clearly tells the lady that the Democrats should not accept the outcome, or should not accept the result of the 2020 elections. So she already had in mind that Biden is going to lose. She had that thing all over in her mind that Biden is going to lose. She was very confident. I think she was more confident than the Trump team that Biden is going to lose. And it is, she was telling the lady, actually, she was on an online call, I guess, maybe a Skype call or a video chat, that the results should not be accepted no matter what. And that led to a lot of confusions, actually. And the lady who was listening to her, she was with her hands up, as though, like, Hillary gave a victory speech, and she's going to, and they're all powered up, geared up, not to, accept the, result of the 2020 elections. And a lot of the places, a lot of the, business outlets were destroyed, burnt. Politicians make comments, whether it is Trump or Hillary, they make comments in the media which will directly impact people's mind. It makes people furious when a politician releases a comment, or when he comes up with a comment. It creates a lot of disturbance in the public's mind. The public, people, their minds are like a glass full of water. It's already full. They are so full with day-to-day tensions and day-to-day problems. And even a drop into that glass full of water would make it to spill. So their minds are already agitated. And when politicians make such announcements, whether it is Trump, Hillary, or Biden, it agitates them. It agitates their mind, that makes them do all sorts of nonsense things. It all started in 2016 when Hillary Clinton and Trump were competing each other for the for the post of president. It was one of the bitter contests that America has ever seen. Obviously, there was a bitter contest between Obama and Hillary too in the primaries, when like uh, Mrs. Obama had even discussed about Hillary's family background and how family is important to be the president of America. So that's how deep these people contesting in elections can go down to win a place for them. Okay, it is their way of winning, whether it is Trump, whether it is Obama, whether it is Hillary Clinton. It is their way. Some win elections by harsh methods, harsh talks, being bitter, being blunt, and some win by politeness, flowery talks, a good and diplomatic way of handling people. It is their own methodology, it's their own methods. Everyone has their own method of winning an election. Trump had one, Hillary had one, Biden too had one. Biden had the safest, actually, a quiet one, and still he won. It's just that the universe decided that Biden should be elected in the year 2020 as president of America. So he won. People couldn't do anything about it. But here I am not to discuss about how they won or why they won. It's about how they are, how they live in this world, and what they are. They are the American gods. Apart from Trump, Clinton, and Biden, there could be rise of new gods too. And there are some little gods too, on the county front, on the state level. How people have the power to influence people. How they have the power to influence people. No matter what their background is, no matter what they've done, the power that rests in them to influence people. Today we have a religion called Christianity because Jesus was able to influence people. Today we have a religion called Islam because Muhammad was able to influence people through his teachings. Today we have a religion called Hinduism because many of the pundits and many of the gurus were able to influence the people about gods. So influence is very much important. How a person can influence others' minds. How can one person or one individual influence a large group of people in following him or her? And when this following starts, it's just not some simple following. There is devotion to it. It is far more than religious devotion. These followers, they can even kill people, which was very much evident in the Jan 6 issue, Jan 6 attack. They can kill people, they can destroy things. This devotion is out of the world devotion. It is godly in nature. Although people don't see them as gods, but what they have in their mind is that God matter. They are like kings, actually, above kings. You can't compare them to kings, actually, kings and queens. No, they are above kings and queens. That's why I call them the American gods. They are indestructible. The universe has to decide when they should go. That's it. Not the people. Because they have so much influence over the people, nothing can pull them down. The laws in America are not strong enough to pull these people down. Obviously, there are great many judges, and the laws were written for the right sense. Laws were always written keeping in mind that an innocent should not be punished. That's all they have. It's not that how many criminals or how many people who create crime or some kind of corruption escape. No, that doesn't matter. It's all about that one innocent should not be punished under law. And yet, yes, there have been incidents where innocents have been punished under law. The one thing that lawmakers didn't want to happen, or let's say the lawmakers didn't want such a thing to happen, is that an innocent should not be punished. Yet in America, if you've been constantly seeing the news, recently there was a person who underwent 20-30 years of imprisonment for a crime that he didn't commit. That is absurd. That is not what the lawmakers intended when they made up all these laws. At the end of the day, what they wanted was not one innocent individual be punished under the laws that they make. Yet, a lot of individuals, not a lot, a few, maybe one or two, really, they have been punished for the crimes that they haven't committed. The law has been very good in protecting individuals or innocents for the most part of it. But yet, there are exceptions in everything. There are exceptions in the laws that govern the universe. There are exceptions in physics. There are exceptions in mathematics. Yes, there are exceptions when it comes to laws too. And coming back to the gods of America, they cannot be touched, no matter what they do. And the only hope is that, and the only wish is that, let's hope that there is an individual out there, no matter which party he belongs to, whether he's a Republican or a Democrat or he's the Liberation Party or in any party out there, any individual out there who can take us in the right direction and show us the positive part of a nation rising, the positive part of the people living in a nation, the positive part of life, and how we can believe this leader not because he's tough, not because he's blunt, not because he's fierce, but because he can do such good things to the people, because he can do such good things like being equal to people, or doing good things to people, no matter whether the individual has voted for him or not voted for him. We need someone who can treat the Democrats and the Republicans alike. We need that savior. Every nation has in the past been destroyed or come down from the apex, actually, from a position where they were at a high position, where they were ruling everything. They were at the heights of glory, and then the negative trend starts. They have fallen. And I hope that doesn't happen to America, because of the leaders, because of the political fights that happen in America. There are so many topics in America worth discussing. And there is so much of discontent and disparity and differentiation when it comes to discussing each of these topics. It is a divided America. There is no doubt about it. But we need one leader who can take us forward united. We need one leader who can listen to all of us and take us through the right path. Show us that light. Show us a light from ignorance. Take us out of darkness. Friends, we come to the end of this session of my talk, and thanks to listening to my video, or rather say audio. And thanks to the people who like my audio, and thanks to the people who dislike it. But yet, I would like to thank you for the time that you've taken to listen to my video. And my next topic of discussion, that is what you would see in the next audio, is about gun control. Stay tuned, subscribe, have a wonderful day, stay safe, be awake, be energetic, get ignorance out of your way. Until my next audio, see you all. Take care.